Welcome, everyone. This is Mike Dotterer, aka Coach Dot. Sometimes they call me Uncle Mike, and you're on Champions on the Dot, and we have a little change of schedule. My niece, Sakura, is still deciding, and it's a big decision. There's no doubt about it. She's got some great schools out there that she's looking at. And she just notified me about 10 minutes ago that she wants to take some more time. So we're going to try to record it tomorrow. And if you're interested, you just contact her and you can get the recording. So that's what we're going to do. And I know she'll make a great decision, whatever that decision may be. So wishing Sakura the very best. And I know she's going to do well in whatever school she attends. With that, I thought that I would talk about my alma mater, because I was making this decision back in 1979, and it was a very, very difficult decision for me. I had schools recruiting me. I was a student athlete. Back when we had student athletes, and we still do. It's just, and we'll get to that in just a few minutes. As many people know, the college athletic landscape is changing. And back when I was being recruited, we had schools like Arizona State recruited me heavily. The University of California, Berkeley recruited me. The University of Iowa recruited me. All the academies, West Point, Naval Academy, Air Force Academy. I'll never forget meeting Bill Parcells at the time, and he was the head coach at the Air Force Academy. And it was just a great experience. And but my dad, who went to Syracuse University, he really wanted me to go to an Ivy League school. And the school that he wanted, because I don't think we've ever had anyone in the family attend, was Harvard University. And I was fortunate to get accepted there, and I was going to go there. But if it weren't for Jim Fossil, because he was the last person that talked to me, Coach Fossil was the quarterback coach at Stanford University, and he came down to Orange County in Southern California and said, "Hey, Mike, you can come to Stanford and you can play baseball and football. And, it's in California. You don't need to go all the way to Massachusetts." And after 2 hours of talking with him in June, which was only 2 or 3 months before school began, I said, "You know what? I want to go to Stanford." And so I turned down all those other schools and Harvard, to much of my father's chagrin. My dad wasn't happy with that, but he let me make my decision. And then I also got drafted in June by the New York Yankees. And that was a difficult decision to make, because I wanted to play left field in Yankee Stadium. And that was my dream, to be a Major League Baseball player. So any event, the reason I mention that is because today, if I were in a situation where I was a student athlete and I were looking at a place to play, I probably would have chosen just one sport, because I played baseball and football. And today it's really difficult to do that. Back when I was playing, it was probably easier to do it. So what sport would I have chosen? Probably, since my dad was a Major League Baseball player, probably would have leaned toward baseball. And what's happening right now is my alma mater, Stanford University, is going through a lot of changes, because as you know, as many of you know, baseball is definitely a major sport, but in college athletics, the two revenue generating sports, the big ones are football, American football, and basketball. And Stanford is in a position right now of deciding, do we want to keep up with the Big Ten and the SEC, and can we keep up with it? Because it's now turned into professional sports athletics. So the reason I am leading up to this, I wrote on Substack a newsletter, and the title of it is "Stanford Can't Chase Its Way Back; It Must Lean Forward." And I love Substack because you can actually play the article. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to turn this on, and you can listen to this article, and you can also subscribe to my Substack. And I'll print it out on a banner below, so you can go to my Substack, and if you want to subscribe, you can do that. So here is the article, and I think you'll find it provocative and enlightening, and hopefully inspirational for especially those Stanford alumni that are out there, or colleges or universities that feel we really want to continue balancing the student athlete model, and realize that very few people end up going professional. So here you go, and I hope you enjoy the article. Let me just get to here we go.
For policies, watching top athletes like Nigeri Kennedy and Braden Montgomery leave for seven-figure offers. Stanford is...
All right, I got to turn that back here. Let's see if I can get this back. Let's see if it starts.
Now scrambling to catch up in a game we never...
Okay, let's try again. Here we go. First time.
Stanford can't chase its way back. It must lead forward. The era of reactive athletics is over. It's time for Stanford to reclaim its soul and shape the future through the Renaissance League. By Michael Dotterer. The Athletic of the New York Times' recent in-depth look at Stanford athletics lays out the crossroads we now face. After years of hesitation and missteps, refusing to engage in NIL, declining to adjust transfer policies, watching top athletes like Nigeri Kennedy and Braden Montgomery leave for seven-figure offers, Stanford is now scrambling to catch up in a game we never wanted to play in the first place. President Levin and Andrew Luck are doing their best to steady the ship. The school has committed to revenue sharing. We're signing transfers. We're talking NIL, finally. But the questions remain. Can Stanford afford to chase the SEC and Big Ten? Can we recruit elite athletes without compromising academic integrity? Can we survive in a sport that's now as much about payroll as playbooks? We cannot win by imitation. We can only lead by innovation. And that's why I continue to propose a bold idea. The Renaissance League. A new model, a new movement, where academics and athletics are not in tension, but in partnership. The problem with catch-up mode. Stanford is now in the lower quartile of the ACC in football payroll. We're receiving only 30% of ACC media revenue for our first 7 years. We're asking our athletes to fly cross-country 5 times a season and take midterms on zero sleep, all to fund a system that was never designed for schools like ours. Meanwhile, schools like Kentucky are privatizing their athletic departments into LLCs. Football coaches are earning $10 million salaries. Athletes are jumping for $1 million nil deals. And who can blame them? But here's the thing. Stanford can't outpay Texas A&M, but we can outthink everyone. The case for the Renaissance League. Let's stop pretending we belong in the same model as Alabama or Ohio State. Let's build a new league, one that aligns with who we are and what we believe. Core principles. Regional membership to reduce travel and improve academics. Equal support for Olympic and revenue sports. Nil systems that reflect long-term educational values. Collective bargaining with a player's voice at the center. High academic standards proudly upheld. And most importantly, a league where we don't lose our soul to win a game. Let the others chase ratings. Let us lead with vision. A new name for a new era. It's time to name this movement. Here are the finalists I propose. The Renaissance League, bold, aspirational, timeless. The Scholar Athlete Alliance, SAA, values first, inclusive. The Pacific Academic Athletic Conference, PAC, geographically grounded, academically proud. Final word. Stanford doesn't need to become someone else to succeed. We need to become more fully ourselves and invite others to do the same. The rest of the country is in an arms race. We need to build a sanctuary for those who believe in the original promise of college athletics. Compete with passion, learn with purpose, lead for life. Let the Renaissance begin. Call to action. If you believe Stanford's future lies in leading, not chasing, share this article. Invite others into the vision. Let's write the next chapter on our terms. Hashtag Renaissance League, hashtag Stanford Leadership, hashtag College Sports Reform, hashtag Scholar Athletes.
Well, there you go. Hopefully you're able to listen to that. I think that's really neat. First time we've ever done that. I'm going to put the banner down below to read this article and many more. Go to, and here's the link. I'm just putting it there. Oops. Let's see if I go like this. And I click here. And I hit add banner. And it should come down below. There it is. michaeldotterer.substack.com. So if you're out there and you are concerned about your university or college keeping a balance between athletics and academics, I highly recommend you click the link below and share that, and you can be part of what we call the Renaissance League and the Renaissance Network. So again, thank you for joining us. And Sakura, thank you for inspiring this Champions on the Dot. Wishing you a wonderful year next year, whether it's on the East Coast, the West Coast, the Midwest, or even a gap year. Love you, and have a great evening, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.